one.
We're also gonna kick this bad boy off the right way. The bros way. The only way we knows way is our way. I way. Chingado. Chingado. So Cisco's not here today. Where's my phone? Ben won't have a phone during this process, though.
Yes, are we live now?
We're live. So hi. We'll give people a minute. When I say people, I mean, you know, Corey, Ronnie, the guys. Chance to say what's up to us. To check in, because we're back with another edition of
Back like we never left.
the VeVe Bros podcast, number 28. Ladies and gentlemen, check your mic, Ben, because we are recording this live.
Check. It's good. It's good. We're good. It's been good. It's fine.
This will actually be reposted after. I know I keep saying that, but this is our time right now in the bear market while things are down to reflect on life and give ourselves time. You know, do some yoga. No. We're going to do our stuff better. We're going to bring the live way, way better. We're also working on getting the podcast and doing more content. So, you know, some things are in the books. Some things are in the in the kitchen getting cooked right now.
While VeVe's kind of down right now. You know, it hasn't been anything too crazy, any big drops since AF15. They did have the first auction that one of one, which I did not go for, which I should have. I was just bid $1.
Just
and got a free airdrop. You know, anything free on those would have been cool. Just to
you know what? But you had to do it on the web app, right?
Yeah.
I just haven't been on the web app like this past week.
I actually haven't been on again because it keeps making me fucking reset my password if I want it to work again. That shit's annoying.
On the web app?
I don't know if it's just because it's my computer at work, but yeah, it does not work good. But
The worst.
We'll
You're
see.
the worst.
Did you guys go out? Did you guys bid anything? Did you guys throw in some money on that? Or try to at least? Corey, Ronnie, you guys could answer when you guys get in. But yeah, it's been pretty quiet. It's been pretty dead. The only thing that's been dying more is the market, and I'm just like, holy shit.
Wow. We didn't prepare an episode, but I'm just tell you what's on everyone's mind. The market took a crazy ass dive this weekend, and I'm sure, like I said, that's why you got to do some yoga. You gotta I'm reading Reddit, the VeVe Collectibles Reddit. Have you follow that one?
I do. I haven't been on it though. I haven't.
Yeah,
been
dudes are depressed, dude. Some fool's like, oh, I deleted the VeVe app months ago, and my mental health is better, and and I don't have to deal with this. And you guys, you know, check yourself, and you know, this is it's an addiction. And then other people are like, yeah, I feel you. I deleted the app, and they're all talking about it. And then other people, you know, are just like, I'm gonna keep it real. If this shit stressed you out like that so much, then you shouldn't be even on the fucking app. Like, you need to chill out. Like, And, you know, everyone has their own certain commitment to this. Everyone has their own idea of where we should be. And So I could see how it stresses some people out. I was pretty sad I didn't get the AF15 drop. Like, that shit did bum me out. But that's because, like, I do love it. Like, I love the feeling of, like, going for the drop, the hit and the miss. Like, it hurts sometimes.
And I want to say on that, so we've been talking, and now look at how it's going down. How long do you think AF15 could stay down? Because, and this is the only reason why I pose this question, we have people buying and buying. But how long do you think it goes for that particular one? Because like I'm saying, that with the 10K, only the 10K available, at some point, you're going to run out of people who are able to flip that at a certain point. It's not that many that have that ability. How many? You had about 6,000 people tops who could have sold that $20 for the common price. And then you had the people who bought after in the aftermarket like me. So I can't sell right now and be like, oh, I'm gonna make any profits on it.
But there's still enough people who have it at 20.
No, maybe. Because we've seen enough transactions. So unless those fools took L's early, where it's like, and I don't mean the people hit on the drop, I mean the aftermarket people. Unless they're taking those early L's, there were a lot of purchases up there in the 600s of the common and the 500.
There are people buying at 800,
That's
buying
what
at
I'm
900.
saying. Exactly. So they're strapped in. That's what I'm saying. How long do you think? There's only so many exchanges that particular grill can go through. It's not like the other ones. It's very, very different in that regard. But you did see even the secret rare drop about 10K in price, 12K in price.
Well, it was sitting at 25K, very, very strong. And I think as certain new lows hit, people will give up, dude. New people will give up, and you're seeing it. It's like a wave of people who have just said, "Yo, I'm out," and that's why they almost start setting the market off, right? It sets a trend, because that's what I saw this weekend. Whales, or at least OGs, or people with huge collections, just dumping. And it could be maybe they're moving into another collectible or they're cashing out. We don't really know, right? Like, it's hard to really know. I guess you go look at the charts or put in cheeks and see how much money's moving out. But like, dude, like, just to see such a crazy sell-off this weekend again, I think it is off of like that high, and then the realization that, yo, we're not moving up. Like, AF15 isn't just gonna save the app and now all of a sudden it's just gains mania, like, no, like, people wake up, they get that hard feeling like, damn, we in a bear market, shit is still going down. Like, even with AF15, who knows how low it sinks. It doesn't mean it's not valuable. It doesn't mean it's not a grail. It just means that that's just the state of the market we're in, where right now, what can it really do for you? You say collectors will come. Well, right now the collectors aren't here, so just at this moment, you can't really do anything with the notion of tomorrow, right? So you have to have that belief, also be comfortable enough to see it go down lower and keep buying, or at least believing and holding, and then also like be cool with not having that money, even just that money you're looking at.
This is one way to look at it too right now, is that you're seeing other grails that were, when you got in on the app, if you got in around January, I'd say around January, February, you saw these prices, and now you're seeing those same grails of where they were, like Superman going for 500. Like, damn, that was insane. But a lot of people are looking at it like, damn, this shit's dying, it's crashing. But if you had fucking told them in January when that shit was worth what, they would be like, I wish I had one. I wish, but it's too expensive for me. And now it just keeps going lower, and people are like complaining like, oh, you need to cost more for me to feel better.
Dude,
like,
to see Walt at 3.6K, knowing damn well we've all invested more into this app for me, like with Invisible Woman and with random comics and, buying low mint stuff and believing in certain hype. We all got our bad buys, or what looks like bad buys now, right? But if you would have told us even then, why are you buying this at 100, 200? You'd be like, cause I can't get a Walt, I can't get a secret rare Spider-Man, I can't get this certain stuff, because it's just so far out of reach. I'll get one of these and hope this item can duplicate that success. And now you see in the bear market certain things get tested, and yeah, they foul out of its fucking ass. Like certain items have hit rock bottom. Well, yeah, even another 50% correction for that item is like $2, $3, $5, $20. Like, even if you have
many lenticular going under retail, under list price, like under the retail price,
which was $40, right?
Yeah,
the list.
It went under. She went under, which there's a lot of those. There's her and Mickey there's a super crazy amount of those.
Right.
But
right.
Damn, that going back under.
Well, it's not only just the price and it going up will keep you interested and keep you moving, but at the same time too, even if things were going up right now, people would just sell at the first opportunity because they still don't have money to spend. People don't have that disposable income right now, or that extra money right now to just throw at this app, and to, like, the average person. Obviously the whale, we had the one of one this week with the David Hugh, what was it called again?
The utility.
The utility. No, but what was it called?
The Warhol.
Warhol. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. David Warhol. And fuck, Dr. Profit dropped 28 G's. Some other dude put up 40K, but I guess he didn't have the money. That was
Yeah.
the story around it, right? So 28K, Dr. Profit in a time right now when maybe if they had dropped that one of one back in January with all the hype and how everything was so going crazy with, I mean, this thing might have gone for 100K for crazy money. And now Dr. Profit gets it for 28K, what something that's just will never be duplicated again, for VeVe's history and everything else. So you have to think with the contracts VeVe sold being signed and with the team behind it and who they're working with, that they're gonna survive this bear market and this recession. Like that's probably for sure. That's probably why they haven't added such a huge team right off the bat when things were hot, even though a lot of companies did. Now they're letting those same people go, and now VeVe's just keeps it slowly expanding, slowly adding more stuff, just piece by piece, brick by brick, and it's crazy. So you have to think, like, even if you're looking at this recession right now or you're looking at the bear market in its worst, it's still like pretty good as far as the ideas and the roadmap VeVe has is gonna outlast this time. Unless this thing goes crazy 5 years, 6 years, you're going into some crazy depression or something. Like barring that, like no one can predict shit like that. If we were to go into some type of thing like that, like, no one can predict that. But barring like, probably even if we just keep going down in a traditional crypto bear market, it has an expiration date as to where VeVe and their roadmap and the ideas and the intellectual properties and the companies they're tied to, they're gonna survive this. Coca-Cola is gonna survive this. The Postal Service and or at least stamp collecting, comic collecting, stuff like that. They'll still be around after this recession, and wherever we end up, it may not even be to January levels. Like that may never come. Even if it did, worst case, like just getting back to a better level than this is like almost a guarantee in my mind. Like, that we will probably be okay. So people will realize that at some point, but need more money, and we'll have to find another way to get money, bro. Like straight up, it's when people are up and people are getting them bonuses at work and getting the good and getting that extra G, $2,000, $3,000, that they're like, bro, I'm gonna go buy this. It's just not happening right now. But when that happens with the average person and with the economy in general, we're gonna boom. We're not just gonna it's gonna skyrocket, So
That's what's funny during this bear market where we had that little run up that no one could explain. That no one's really been able to explain that shit. But we had this crazy little run up. Yeah, the somewhat say the MTL, but nah, like it was shit skyrocketed. My portfolio fucking doubled on both ends of comics and collectibles. I was up big. And that's just scratching the surface. It wasn't even a big run up, like super, super big or anything like that. That was just like a 2x. It was just like a straight 2x. Things just went from that fucking Vader dip and just went a little bit up. You thought they were going back to their, not to their old, but you thought they were going to go up a little bit more, but then it just stopped. But that little glimpse was like, fuck, you hold strong during this. When that fucking bull run kicks in again, it's not gonna even take much for us to be in the green. You just gotta hold strong, and that's what I'm saying. Like that sign that it gave us, that showed me. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I got some heat in my collection. That when this shit runs up, I'll be sitting pretty. It'll be fine. You just gotta be able to get through it.
And that's the crazy part with with the NFTs and with the collectibles in general. Like they don't just. We're at the end of the spectrum, like I always say, in the pecking order. If there's stocks and people are big money and they're doing this, like they're investing in NFTs last. There's a few crazy motherfuckers out there who got millions or got a lot of money, and even then, like they have to cap how much they could really put into this. And so I think everyone should kind of keep that in mind. But at the same time, too, when those type of big money just decide, yo, I'm gonna put $1 million in. Because I know I could take it out. I'm not tripping, but fuck it, I'm gonna just do this. You know, I'm not gonna move it towards any other options. This looks cool. This looks enticing. This looks fun. There's social status involved. There's a cool factor involved. There's this community of these crazy people who care and and you become famous to them.
You know,
and
yeah. Let's
you're
get
the
into
shit
that.
to
That was,
them.
you know,
Like,
let's
yo,
get
come
into
on,
that.
kiss the ring. You
Because
know,
you know what, I'm not gonna call anyone out, but there's one shit that just pissed me off during this time.
Ronnie in the chat. Shouts out to Ronnie.
What up, Ronnie? How's it going, man? So, look, you see a lot of these new. You guys know them. You'll see them once I'm done talking. You'll be like, look, if the shoe fits, wear it, and if it applies to someone. But I just think it's bullshit right now. Look, everyone wants to act like they're gonna feed the catalyst to save the market or some shit. Or if you keep putting out these bullshit videos trying to fucking show people how VeVe works right now at this time, I'm just like, dude, you don't need to promote shit. The people who are in it right now, they're in it. They're involved with VeVe. You're gonna get into it. You don't need persuading. You don't need to say what celebrities are on the app as a validation. We might get pumped up, but I think we've seen major catalysts this year with Star Wars. Comic-Con was the biggest tell ever. That had major exposure for VeVe. Major exposure. We did not see that upkick we hoped for. So for me, it just keeps it in perspective that the catalyst that everyone like, well, this may have, even see comics and crypto, when they're talking about comics, about the MCU being catalyst, look, you might see little pumps. But as far as this shit becoming like, the reason, like, your She-Hulk is not going to become a grail if that show becomes a hit. It's not going to fuel that fire. Might fuel it for their merchandise and shit, but not on VeVe. People ain't gonna run in. There's established brands on VeVe.
I would say that maybe that's not true, because look at what happened with the Kamala Khan, the Miss Marvel, her finale.
But what happened?
Drove up the prices.
Then what happened? She came back down to earth.
Well, not like back to where it was before.
No,
she was like under $100.
Look at Wanda. I'm telling you, it's a little pump. But what I'm saying is, it's not gonna be a catalyst to fuel the app, like to pump it. It might pump within our community, but that's our community. My whole shit is, stop trying to sell this shit on people who ain't in the community. Because it's you motherfuckers that brought all these people back in for Amazing Fantasy 15. And I ain't letting that shit go. It's like, let it go. Just let us be. It's a fucking bear market right now. Take advantage of what you can take advantage of. Some shit you've been waiting for an opportunity to get. You don't need as much to save up, or if you got it, you go get it. Stop putting it for the people that ain't in this, that ain't earning their stripes.
Well, look,
to just fucking do it. It just annoys me. It grinds my gears on that shit.
But look, know this too, Ben. A lot of these YouTubers, they need this YouTube streaming money. Like, they've now gotten this revenue where even if they're getting, like, they may not be getting huge numbers, you know, like tens of thousands, 20s of thousands, but it starts to like compound. And they get so many views a day, you know? They're more banking on like 2-3 videos with thousands. My point is, they just have to keep pumping it out, either for the person who needs reassurance or for some new person who just got in. But mostly for option A. A lot of people need reassurance every day. Am I invested in the right thing? Am I doing this? Like, I know we've been there at times too, like when you're blind.
No, but I'm just talking about those catalyst claims where like, you're speaking, you're giving your facts, and then you're gonna throw a catalyst claim on it as a stamp. Like, well, this has this coming out, so this might fucking be
right.
This.
Well, because
like, yeah, it's purely speculative, and we do that within the community. But you trying to push it to someone who's not, and then that's your stamp. That's what makes your claim valid. Is you're using something else, but we've been on the app long enough to know that shit ain't true. And guess what happens when you get your hopes up that something is going to fuel the fire and you're brand new on the app? You kind of actually make people sway away from VeVe because you're putting a false fucking narrative that you know better on. Right. When you're fresh or when you're newer in the app, you get that hopium,
because that's the sexy,
you put it.
That's the sexy sell. Everyone wants the sexy sell.
But for the OGs, y'all know better.
There's no right way to tell someone to get into it. Because if you had told them it back in January, this was the app, this is what the app's about, right? Like me explaining it to my friend. What is this? Oh, they're NFTs. digital, digital collectibles. I don't know. They got Simpsons, they got this, they got that, they got Disney. Check this out. Oh, and I bought this. I hit it on drop, and now it's worth like $45. I got it for $7. Just some comic. Look, this shit's cool. Blah blah blah. Damn, that's dope, bro. Yeah, NFTs, they're the future. They're taking over. It's happening so fast, so amazing, right? That wouldn't have been the true thing to say about VeVe at that time. My point is just being in it lets you get a real idea of what it really is.
That's my point.
And there's no way to shortcut it or to give someone something like.
I'm telling you about these deliberate.
Be on the app.
These deliberate.
You have to
lives,
buy stuff. You have to go for drops.
Lies.
You have to follow all the stuff, and then you get a real sense of what's going on.
They be bullshitting.
But.
And that's all I'm talking about.
Real quick.
You know?
Shouts out to Ronnie. Ronnie, we did have a podcast last week, but we went live and then it didn't upload to YouTube right. We had a lot of technical problems for whatever. But we were live. We did stream. We're streaming today. We're gonna be going live and we're also recording this and we're gonna be reposting the audio. So we will be reading the chat and capturing it. And we'll probably be changing formats soon where we just drop the audio after we do this every Wednesday and just go live for the people in the chat and then just drop the video afterwards without the live just for people to enjoy. So always we're just switching things up. Like I said, the bear market, this time right now that things are down, it's a great time to just try different shit.
Like
I went for that yoga.
I went for those Disney.
Just chill out, smoke a little weed, relax. People, hold on. I'm on that Reddit. The VeVe Reddit, I follow the VeVe, topic. Anytime someone drops something on the topic or the frequent whatever, it's like, it'll send me an email. Check it out. This one got a lot of attention. Cool. I'll drop in. I'll check it out. People talking about Vader. People talking about different stuff. And yeah, someone said, VeVe's a terrible app. You should delete it. Blah blah blah. My mental health was affected and all this. And I'm just telling you, this is like Friday night, Saturday night. This is why everything's crashing. There's fudders out there just even fueling the fire, right? And then in my head, I'm like, I stood in this weekend. Normally I'm out and about or, I did a little things, but I'm like, here I am on a Saturday night on Reddit too, like these motherfuckers. I'm just like, who's on this right now? Who really cares? Like, go live a life. VeVe isn't meant to be like a 24/7 thing, right now. The idea is, but it's just not there yet. We can't keep an audience satisfied right now.
And that's what my point is as far as those other influencers are just trying to push their shit. Shit is not all fine and dandy right now. You need to be straight up and be like, we're down. We're down big right now. Yeah, but there is a lot of opportunity to seize.
If you ever believed in prices, and if you're someone,
so it's beautiful.
If you're someone who knows or at least has been around long enough to realize that there's opportunities to be seized at certain times, like me and my brothers or even myself, talking to my homie before this who did the podcast, we've seen it enough. We're not too old, but we're not too young either. Like, we've seen certain things take off and certain stuff, and you're right there on the sideline and you watch the entire time, and you didn't act upon it. You didn't want to learn about it. You didn't want to just be involved. And I think there's enough people in the know and know that VeVe is the real deal, but there's still that other person who's just like, who needs the assurance, who has all the doubts, and they're so worried and everything's down right now, and everyone wants to predict the future. And look, we're fucking all laughing at ourselves. I said, will Amazing Fantasy be up or down in 6 months? Maybe 6 months is too long. Maybe it makes a turnaround by then, but it could be down. It could be even lower than it is now,
I don't think in 6 months it is. I don't.
Well, now it's going to be 1 month. 5 months because we're almost at 1 month till the drop. In another week, by next week, or by 10 more days, whatever it's going to be.
Man, the fact that grail will have you'll have the ability to stack that. If it goes lower and lower and you're able to, that's going to be the craziest stack. It's probably going to be one of your most expensive stacks in comics as far as that goes, but dude, the upside on that comic, shit, and
that could be
that
people
shit. That shit
right now
would be. It's like you fucking bought Bitcoin when that shit was cheap. And if you have a few of them, I think god damn, the opportunities are huge. They're really huge. Even Wonder Woman going under $100. That FA Wonder Woman, in the future will be worth. It don't matter. Just think of it this way: the prices are so low on a lot of these. Like even if you just wanted to double up in the future, but if you have the opportunity to seize this opportunity, if you have money right now, if you have that ability, man, you're good. It's just gonna be a rough whatever. However, we got a year left. We got 2 years left of this. You don't know, but buying on the way down is kind of worked out for me. Like I said, if when we go on a little run up, you see you see the results pretty quick in this. Doesn't take long. The same way this shit crashes down fast, the rise up is pretty fast too. I think we all can
Oh shit.
make some fucking big plays right now.
Ronnie said, "What do you think about Hello Kitty dropping tomorrow on Recur? Might be making a
I've been
mistake, but I
seeing
did
it.
load up $100 to try for one." What's crazy is I was following it and I fucking kind of slept and I forgot that's dropping tomorrow. Shit, maybe I'll go in and try to get one. I do have my Recur pass. Um, I don't know. I think it might pump and dump, but yo, I would say don't be afraid to let
I
that
think it
sucker
will
go.
pump and dump.
Yeah.
I think you'll see a huge
If you
pump
hit, if
first
you
day.
hit, you get a dope one, a
Yeah.
rare one. I mean, Ronnie's pretty savage and been pretty dope at having some nice flips. I know you got some dope flips under your belt, Ronnie. So shouts out to you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll go for
I
it
don't
too.
think that's
Maybe
bad.
I'll go for it.
Yeah, if you fucking got that recur pass, you might as well use it. Go for it.
Well,
This
it was
is one
like
of those
I looked
IPs
into it. It
that
was like
you can't.
if you had a
kinda can't go
certain
wrong with
color
it.
or a certain sum of your number, so your mint number, they all have a certain sum. So if it added to a certain number, uh, you got first dibs. And if a certain color was in your pass, you got first dibs. Then everyone else goes to pass holders and then public. And pass holders just get the first hour, I guess, of whatever's there. Then there's gonna be a certain amount they release to the public, and you just go for the drop, I guess. I have not participated in a recur, so I don't know. I was just reading about it, and I honestly just slept on it. I haven't even been paying no attention to recur.
Yeah,
And I turned out VeVe this weekend. Like I
it.
tuned out of VeVe this weekend. I paid attention a little. Like I said, I was on Reddit late night on my Gmail, and I think like anything, bro. It's human nature. It's sentiment. Like things should be boring, and we should want this. We should want a boring market. Thank God. Hopefully, it's just normal ass drops. The market's on the brink. If they give us anything really dope, like any dope FA, like something that's a mover, we'll probably see a nice little dip even lower. If they give us something huge, like say Dragon Ball Z or Super Mario, or they go Capcom and they go Resident Evil, they go something in the huge Capcom IP. Yeah, we could see another leg down, dude. Like pretty quickly. I feel people will look for a reason to sell right now. People are pretty flimsy right now.
They
dude.
drop a Goku golden moment. That shit would be crazy.
But good luck on that tomorrow, Ronnie, for the recur
Yeah,
hit.
I think that's a smart play.
Go for it, dude. I might
would
end up
fuck-
jumping in, but right now I'm being stingy with my dough. I am trying to save money and try to
How much
nail
are
me
they?
one of these.
How much are they?
Grails. I think they were like $50, right? $50 maybe, or he said he loaded up 100, maybe going for 2. They might be going for 100. I forgot. I completely forgot. But yeah, I've been saving up, dude, a little bit. Like not saving, but definitely not spending. So I could just have a little extra cash loaded up. Or I've just been buying rare comics. Rare comics are the biggest steal on the app. Easily, you get 2 points. You don't get You don't get rare. The same for collectibles on rare. They only get like 1.5 or something. So rare comics are just huge, dude. I was doing the numbers on it. Like damn, I've just been stacking rare comics. If you get them under $8, even on drop day, when a lot of people list the rare back at $6.99, and it's kind of rare to see a rare under $7. $7 have been a pretty solid floor bottom for rare comics. Then it's weird, but I see whale games or little like comic whales, because there's a lot of the same people who there's already collectors in the app, right, who are in there and they're buying those comics and they're flipping them for short-term gains, or they're just buying out the supply and then trying to go and load them up on that quick flip, like on the little manipulation. So I catch that sometimes, and it's funny because I was talking about it to you guys, and all those comics that were at low supply, down to like 20 listings, 25 rare comics, and they were dipping to like 11, getting bought up with such thin floors. They were like pumping to $25, $30, and someone was just buying them up, then relisting. Wow. I guess like human nature, people see, oh, what? Why am I holding this comic that's worth 27 right now? This rare, like everything's down. The listings exploded for most of those comics. So just something to take note of. Like we see supply shock, we see people notice it that they're holding something that's actually holding some value right now in the bear market, and they're really quick to jump on and sell it. So that's just a trend that's happening right now. And I know it sounds like, duh, like, of course, we're in a bear market, things keep going down. I see my vote value, duh. Like, yeah, I get it. But also just take note of that. When you kind of see that reverse, then you can maybe have a little more confidence to say, let me pull the trigger on this certain item. Because what I said months ago, straight up, was it was been more valuable to hold gems than it has been to hold a collectible. Gems are outpacing the value of holding their value at $1 than the collectible is. Case in point, I bought a golden moment, it was still 650 for that bar and Homer. Now I could have got almost 3 of them by now. The gems of having the gems and having the buying power outweighs what the collectible is worth, 3 to 1. So now a lot of people are getting wise to that. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Let me not even buy anything. Let me just see how low it goes, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as that kind of like sentiment goes around enough, when the average person like, oh, I got it now's the time not to spend. That's when like people will start buying shit up left and right. And that's like when that's the accumulation or that phase where everyone's like, oh, hell no. Like get it now. And then that's when maybe the floors will rise, because people are looking for the catalyst, and I know I've shit on it too. You shit on it. And just to be devil's advocate as well, one day they will be right. The same way when we're up, someone was like, Sal, because this shit's gonna go down. This is too much, blah, 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 blah. It's not worth that. Now they're right. We're living in a time where they're right. And the same as the opposite is true for right now in the bear market. One point or another, my collectibles, this person or that person, comics and crypto, they'll be like, haha, I told you that shit was gonna be valuable. We told you this shit was gonna go up. Oh, boba, I have 12 of them, 15 of them. Ah, guys, haha. Like I could already see it. They'll be right as well. It's just give it enough time, we'll all be geniuses and dumbasses simultaneously. But yeah, cheers to that. But anyway, what you buying right now, Ben? Let me ask you, Ronnie. Ronnie said they're $100 for the Hello Kitty, so that's pretty cool. Ronnie, are you buying right now anything? Are you stacking anything on VeVe? Is there any item that's on the hit list that you've just been eyeing and now finally fell back into range? Let us know. Ben, I pose you the same question.
Well,
you bought a lot of stuff that's down now.
Yeah.
Where almost what happened to me, but just not as crazy. Not 60%. It's just down a little bit. Like you're down 20, 30% more, you know, from what you got at that local bottom. So people are thinking, oh, maybe there's another leg to go down. What are you eyeing? If it gets any lower, you're like, I'm buying it.
I'm gonna get the uncommon season 1 Spider-Man.
Where's that one right now?
Thing is, I got 100. I'm gonna let go a little more. If it goes a little more, then I'll get that shit.
I got mine for like 136, and that was like the bottom, And then again, there goes. I could buy that same item right now, plus $36 to buy some other thing that'll go down. So it's like, it is what it is. At some point, things should bottom out and flat out, and that's what we want. We want that flattening to happen. We want that, okay, you're done selling, you're done, and everyone else, like, everyone's satisfied, cool. Shit is just, yes, that's what they go for. And then they slowly have their little $20, $80 pumps here and there, but you're not going to get rich off of it. The only thing that you know is that if you go for a dope drop and you end up getting a secret rare, you end up getting some shit, there'll be so much mad hype, if you're smart enough to know, that first week, month, that you can maybe make a nice profit. Now, every now and again, it's going to go the opposite way, it'll be wrong. But everything else is pretty much 50% corrected right on fucking cue.
I try to get a secret rare for that those Disney princesses shit. The card or whatever.
Which one?
Oh, that dropped Saturday. or was it Sunday?
How much
Sunday.
is cigarettes? Barely holding like $100.
I don't know, but I hit.
There's
ultra
nothing else on
rare.
your hit list because you
I
got
hit
everything.
Ultra
on your hit
rare
list.
198.
How many
That shit was
golden
a
moments
cool
you got?
drop. I don't have a lot. I
There
only
you
have
go.
that Yeah.
I saw
I
you
have
buy
three.
like 2 in front of me that one time for like $200 each or $180 each.
Nah.
Yeah,
I
you bought flounder and you bought.
You know, I bought flounder. This is full of shit.
What'd you buy?
I bought flounder for like 113.
One.
And
No,
right
in
then
front of me,
I
right?
got like
So how many?
that
you got,
candle and the clock, the Lumiere and whatever the fuck.
That's the one you bought right in front of me, right?
I bought that one for only 130. So
But where's that one at? It's like
they're
60
lower.
bucks.
They both
70
went.
bucks.
Yeah, they went low as fuck.
They
So
went-
like a 50% loss right there, right
and
now.
they went under retail a little bit, right? Or at 60, right at 60.
Fucking Winnie the Pooh went under 100.
Yeah, he's sitting even right now. But you know, I only sold my Winnie the Pooh at what, 450? That's right. See,
I didn't hit on that drop.
hey, I'm just saying.
didn't
I could
fucking
buy
hit.
4 Poohs. I should buy that 4 Pooh, but I didn't. I put that money into some other thing that went down. You know, so sometimes it's not good to just sell one thing, then grab the gems and immediately put it into something else.
I've been able to fucking stack Werewolf by Night out of nowhere. Like I own almost 20 of those shits. And
The common.
well, no, just in total the whole
okay.
fucking the whole
But
fucking
do you have a secret
comic.
rare?
No, I don't have secret
Okay.
rare. But I did
lend
get
it to
them
you.
all at retail price, like the majority. I have like a few that I bought around drop, so I have like 2 or 3 of those. But these ones, fuck, I just keep getting them for 7 gems, or 650, 690.
The uncommon
Like,
is right now at a
fuck.
sal wall for
Shit's
7
crazy.
gems, which last month was sitting at $14. Again, super low listings at that time. Now the listing skyrocketed, which was funny because I had told you and Cisco, I was like, if you look at listings, they should tell you most people are holding, which is still kind of true, right? The listings are down to, even if it's 5%, that means 95% of the supply, people are not interested in holding, you know? Now, it could be that a big chunk of that supply is in the hands of a certain small group. Not that they're coordinated, but just in the sense of like, there's comic whales out there or sick ass comic holders that, you know, they got a bunch of them and they go, they're low mint hunters and they flip and they even, you know, they're always in, I always see them, fool, you know? And
No, and I've been wondering how these fools have these salvos and they're putting them at list price. Like they're putting them back at like, dude, you're gonna take a loss because you're putting it at 7 gems. You had to pay at least 7 gems for this. I remember when Werewolf by Night, you couldn't buy that many under list price, and this one person setting that sell wall at the bottom is 7 gems. So I'm like, this fool was able to bought this shit and he was able to transfer them because it was before they took off transfers. So
think
that's
about
how
that.
these
So
fools
think
have
about
those
that.
fucking shits.
yeah, so there was, maybe it was a bot account who had already smoothed all of his supply. This fool got his supply from a bot account, or he had the dirty gems, right? The 0.2 gems or the half gems, you know. And some of the fools too, like Dino Lang or, you know, some of the other YouTuber fools.
No,
Not a lot of people talk about them, but
I bought
them fools all got dirty gems.
I bought
and they got some of their items with dirty gems.
7 of them at 7 gems, right? So I bought up all of them. Literally, like 5 minutes later, I went back, and this fool had to set another sell wall, but at 8 gems.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck? How does he have so many? The same fool.
Yeah,
He just put a shitload. I was like, nah, I'm not buying them at 8.
Like, you know, or he could just be a whale that had more gems in his account.
Nah, that shit's crazy.
And he don't
man.
mind taking that loss right there at 7 because other
No,
things
it's
are
just
still
how
down.
the fuck this fool have so many? You know, like Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
Came out like
Nah, there's some serious
went up like
comic
God damn dude.
comic fucking whales, bro. They really are, and they flip, and then they flip low mints that they find, and then relist them and go through the trouble, even if it's a $10, $20 up. Like they found that hot deal and immediately re-put, and they're just on that shit. And I see it. I see these certain names, and then they have a bunch of comics that they're holding and not many collectibles, you know. But you know, it's a trip. All these things are going on. You can't explain them later on. When things are up or things are interesting or we do get, you know, another bull run happens or even just an influx of new users or something goes on, like all this will be hard to explain to people and it'll be a new set of rules. There'll be other things going on. Like oh, now this happens, now that happens.
Nah, it's just these fools need to put a video talking about how we're down right now, and be like, right now there's a lot of opportunity. There's no video like that. It's all just like the.
No, because no one wants to be the
fantasy
person who to
land
be
of
like,
VeVe.
oh no, but no one
shit
wants to
is
be
hard right now.
No, dude, no one wants to be the person that tells you that.
It's not over those opportunities.
No one wants to be the person that tells you that, and then that shit just goes even lower. You know what I mean? But we're gonna be there. We're near the bottom. We're just, it feels it. I can feel it. We're near the bottom, but how much longer and even sideways? What if we just stay right here? We just keep inching dollar by dollar lower and lower and lower till we just hit that rock bottom. But you know, some of the items, even the ones that are like now at $30, $20 that fell from $100, how much lower? You know, $20, $10 each. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna come the point where enough people are in there just bottom up. That is true. But what if where everyone just holds it? Nope. I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna sell. It just gets stagnant and just kind of flattens out, you know. And it's like, no, that's what those shits count. Like the minute you try to put them for more than $20, people are like, I ain't buying that shit for $20. Like I haven't seen that shit for over $20 in months, you know. Like fuck that, I refuse. You'll give in. Let these fools drop one more dope fucking thing, because VeVe will keep dropping that heat, bro. There's still plenty of dope fucking comics. There's still plenty of dope FAs. There's still plenty of dope catalysts. Like, it's gonna happen. MCP will be a nice little bump.
Did the comic sell out? Did it end up selling out?
Which one? The last one?
Yeah. No, it's still available. You can still go buy now.
Corey says, haven't purchased much
Corey?
from secondary recently, but I did go for the Disney portraits, which I'm down on. Yeah, Cisco went, but I went for it. I just clicked it to do it, and I was like, I ain't buying this shit. I'm like, only Secret Rare is gonna go over retail, dude.
Nah, even that shit wasn't even going for that much though. But yeah, I got Ultra Rare 198, so that shit.
And what's
cool.
that at?
I don't know. Probably I got 40
Bit
gems.
number 98.
198.
Oh, okay. I thought
not 98. Fuck them.
And then Ronnie said, currently trying to get rid of a lot of stuff I don't care much for to put into Grails. And that's the thing that happens too, right? So we got to factor that in for future purchases. Just be mindful of this shit when we're up. Is this something we absolutely need and want to buy? Like, and we're going for the drop, because everyone like talks about flipping, but it's like, I'll go for drops because I like them, right? And if a certain thing talks to me, I'll keep it. If not, I'm more or less just trying to flip or hold it so I can flip for a profit, because I don't really care much for this. I want to get something else that's out of my range, something that entices me, right? People get upset at that, but it's like, yo, at least I know what I don't want. At least I know what I want. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of stuff in their collection that I'm sure they're looking at like, I never intended on really holding this for that long, you know? Like, and it has now been, not that it's been long, you know, because in crypto time, a year is fucking an eternity, you know. But if you've been holding it for a year and you've just seen it go down, you're like, you know, I wouldn't mind putting it into something else, because in the end, you're still just exchanging it. If you're both down 90% from your all-time high, or you're down 90% from where you bought it at, you're buying something else for 90%, that's down 90% from its all-time high. You're pretty much just trading. It's almost the same shit, you know. You're just banking on this thing that you want is going to go a lot higher, you know. And you're just going to trade a bunch of different items to get there. So I might have to trade 10 items to get to this one thing, you know. And I've thought about that too, because I want to get me a Todd. You know, I would love to get a Todd right now. If it drops under a G, or if we just keep watching it and it gets to that $700, $800 level, because we got to just factor in that scenario.
Dang.
We could be in for a very prolonged bear market and recession, right? Recession, global recession, all this. There's no sign that it's turning now. We're going to buy regardless. We're going to go for drops, collect MCP. We're going to get what we want, sell what we don't, blah, blah, blah. Or hodl, whatever you want to do, right? But regardless, that time is going to pass. Now, if that were to happen, we could see things drag out the same way it has. It's been 6 months of us going down. We could see another 6 months, right? And that would leave us at what? 50, 60% even lower from things are at right now, before we even see something else go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that's for sure gonna happen, because we don't fucking know, but you have to at least, you know, entertain that thought. So it's almost like if you shoot for the lower stuff right now, it's a safer bet, you know? and then maybe as soon as things start moving up and they hit that bottom, just to say the top tier shit goes to $500, just never goes lower. You know what I mean? As far as like the collectibles, the grails, right? And then like Walt, and that now that's the new 1,000, 1,500. Because if Walt's at 3,600 right now, another 50% would leave it at 1,800. You know, then you're knocking at fools will let it go at a G. I know it sounds crazy. Again, I'm just saying, if that gets you upset, or if that gets you excited, say, damn, I could have a chance at getting a Walt statue at $2,000, $3. It's almost there at $3. Like shit. That is crazy to me, right? But
that's fucking wild.
It could go even fucking lower, dude, because what's gonna really prop us up, and not that I wanted to, but that's a scenario we gotta at least entertain. And I'm sure a lot of people are coming to that realization. And like I said, my lady's job is laying people off. Certain industries already been getting laid off, and now it's like falling into her industry, because she does like in the retail and fashion industry. They're laying people off. Let off like 11 people, and then like another 9 or another 8. And even like some, I forgot which one it was, Business Insider was like trying to interview the people who got fired, like, yo, like, why did your company do this? Are they in trouble? Blah, blah, blah. And the stock's taking a plunge and all this shit. And it's like real now. All the people in the job are like, oh shit. Like all the people who kept the job are like, fuck, like what's gonna happen? It kicks everyone on, like, oh, I hope I could keep my job. Save money, don't be careful. So it's not anything's fault of VeVe or the product or anything. In fact, it could just be our fucking opportunity of it forever. It's like, no, we got all this dope stuff dropped, and no one was in it. And people had their hand tied financially.
No one wanted Reed Richards.
No one wanted.
No one
wanted Reed Richards giving himself a wraparound. Come on, come on, VeVe.
Wasn't even animated. Fucked up.
Hey Ronnie, what you selling, dude? What you got on the market right now? I might make a bid at something. What's up? I wish we had transfer, dude. I'd probably be willing to trade something. Cause like fuck, like I'm down. What you got? What you got, Ronnie? What you got listed right now? We'll look it up on the app.
I can't look it
up. It's a crazy time. It's a crazy time in the market. Everyone's looking for the saving grace, for someone to be a hero. But it's just, it is what it is, dude. You thought you're gonna have to. A year isn't shit. 2 years isn't shit. And they're talking about utility. Everyone wants utility right away, and I get it. Back cow's amazing. All this shit's dope. It's dope. It is dope. We're right here sitting on VeVe like, fuck, we spend tens of thousands and we can't even get, we can't even get nothing. We don't get nothing extra. What's up, right? But at the same time, it's like, how long have you held it? You haven't even held your collectible for 2 years. You haven't even held your Walt for 2 years. The Disney company is 50 years old, right? Plus. And that's how long history and people who believe in them, and they built it piece by piece, whether you rock with them or you don't, or you love Disney or you hate them, whatever. Can't take away the fact that, they're a company that started pretty much from just someone's idea, and boom, now it's this big old thing. VeVe ain't even been around for 2 years. You haven't even held that collectible for 2 years, and you expect all kinds of dope shit just to come to your doors. Like, fuck no. At least be down for 5 years, like 10 years. Like, it almost just doesn't even seem right? Like, give it 10 years and all this shit unlocks. Imagine, like, you're like, nah, you have to hold it for 10 years. It started, then they're like, no one sells their shit. And VeVe's like, oh, we actually have a master program where every collectible you hold for 10 years, fuck it, duplicates into another, every year after that. Like, I don't know, some crazy shit, right? Or does something. That's when it unlocks. That's when you can rent them. That's when you can do this. Everyone would just lose their shit. Like, oh, fuck this, da, da, da. And then it'll just be everyone else just stacking, chilling. I don't know. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy right there. 5 year term. As soon as you're on your 5th year, you get a certain bonus. You get like, extra collectibles. You go for certain drops, and it's like, nah, it's only for 5-year members. So it's only for 10-year members.
How low do you think Walt goes?
How many editions is Walt? 6,000. I'd say 6333, I think it was. So under 7,000. So you figure, I mean, just off of scarcity, right? There's still too many people who could sell, who'd be willing to sell at 3 grand. They got it for $300, $333. Still a long way. I think like even now it's testing the 10x. That's pretty interesting that's testing a 10x to drop. And then it's also like a lot of people got it like at a G, so it's even testing. Because they said, I think right after drop that they were going for 700, like a 1x and then a G. Then it just started taking off, right? And then obviously the crazy pump, and it went all the way like to 50K or whatever. So now, like basing it off of its all-time high, it's already corrected fucking even lower than that, because that was 5K for 90%. So even 90% is like, fuck, I don't know. Who fucking knows, dude? Who knows? That's still not a huge amount of supply, but big enough supply that for that price, if 1,000 people wanted a list and they were still going for 3Gs, that's still a fucking, heavy price tag for one person to be able to cover some whale. Like, it's a trip, man. But let's see, it's testing the 10x at least at, 33.1, 3.3, since it was sold for 3.3K, which is almost where it's at now, right? It's at like 3.6 or 3. It's under 4. So it's testing that, dude. Who fucking knows? Now what it'll test, like the 5x? Could it test the 5x and be at 1,500, 2 grand? It almost seems like it's inevitable at this point, So
That would be
crazy times on this app. That's for fucking sure. Oh, I wish I had 10 grand that I had last year just to throw at this shit and just buy all this stuff. I think about a strategy of like, what if you just buy your whole collection again, right? Just to like double down on what you got. I mean, obviously, if you bought super high, that's the thing to kind of lower your average. Because I'm looking at Wonder Woman, like she's at $88. Like I just gotta just scoop her up. Anything under $100 after I bought her at a G is already putting my average down half. So it's like I paid $500 for each when I average it off. So I'm like, I'll buy 3 of them bitches, 3 more. That'll be $1,400 I spent on all 4, and that averages out. It's like three grand each. I mean, 300 each, 350 each. So give your boys some credit, man. That was one of the craziest buys, but hey, we all live and learn. Someday I'll sell it to some other person for $1,000, maybe even more.
We can't wait to dump it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Can't wait.
I'm gonna dump it. I'm gonna dump. Nah, I'll get greedy. Everyone gets greedy at that time, cause she's gonna shoot right past the G. Like easy. Like when the bulls kick in and when everyone's back in, like the flood of people will be bigger than last time. That's just always how it is. And we're talking, like I was texting you guys about, that's what I kind of realized. You're never going to get it right now at VeVe because we won't know till after the phase is done. Like we knew now that, we went through this crazy run up, even the MTL FUD, like not FUD, but Hopium, MTL Hopium and the crazy run up, it's like, now that's only going to be just half as effective. MCP comes, it's not going to run up like it did with MTL. You're not going to see your vault double, but you might see it go up 50%. You might see it go up 20%. But people are going to sell a lot quicker this time because they don't believe it. They don't believe it's going to go there. So when that time comes and then people just sell off at that first layer, but then there was even more people that came in and they told someone else about it and it just kept going up, and then everyone was like, oh shit. And then that's when it'll be time like, all right, fucking better buy that thing you want before it's too late, because it might just run off. But
yeah, I think we got a few more months at least. End of the year, into the new year at least.
I think if things get really bad, we see a crazy fall off, and AF15 will go for $199. Maybe even cheaper for the common. I know, sounds crazy.
I don't think there's that many that can get that low.
6,000, it's enough. Because all you got to do is test the 10x. And look, Walt already tested the 10x and lost. Or is losing the battle for 10x. AF15 can lose the battle for 10x, which is $200. That's all I'm basing this off of. Given the time of how low we stay. The minute we turn the opposite and things just aren't going down.
Yeah.
But who knows how long we stay down here. Can these NFTs and this VeVe, at least the prices, can they survive another 12 months of this? Who knows? It's yet to be seen. But where does it go? It's not going to go to zero. But like I said, maybe we just flatten out for like 6 months, 8 months, where it just kind of gets boring, but we just see dips. Every time there's a huge announcement, people go and dump. But then there just comes a point where people just won't buy. Like, they already got it. It's gone around, you know? The demand kind of dies out. I don't know. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. Definitely not going for any drops right now. I have drop fatigue. I'm good.
Yep.
Passed on Mr. Fantastic.
I think it's like
I go for one comic right now.
Same.
Maybe two. Like, if I get the itch, fuck it, I'll get one for
I'll
one
go
more.
for one tomorrow. That's it. Just one. If I hit Secret Rare, I'll flip that shit.
But yeah, man. We'll be back next week. We ain't
Cisco
going
will be
nowhere.
back.
Cisco will be back. Shouts out to Cisco. Couldn't make it. He's at work, working overtime. Stack that money. If you're not putting money in the app, we do not blame you. Sell some shit. Go after those grails. We're going to be all right.
Seize the opportunity.
We will be all right, man. There's no hopium, no this. We're going to just keep on riding it out. We're going to be here in the down times. We're going to be here in the middle times. And we're going to be there for the up times, you know? We're really on for everything. And I got my eye on a few grails. Or at least like little mini grails, you know? But maybe holding off for a walt is the best play. You know, if you would have told me back in March, even in March, that a walt would be worth 3.6, I'd be like, shit, hell no. I wouldn't have gone for any drop up to this point and just waited for that moment with the crystal ball, you know? But no one can predict that.
Yep.
Like, you know, so. And then
That's
again,
fucking crazy.
if this is the bottom and we turn tomorrow, it wouldn't really surprise any of us. It would just be like, damn, we had the chance at it. Now that shit's at 6K, 7K. It's like, yep, now we gotta wait. Maybe it happens again. And then it just keeps going. We don't fucking know. We really don't know. So thank you guys for tuning in. We are gonna post up the
We'll see y'all
audio
next week.
and we'll see you guys next week, baby. Number 28
Peace out, Corey.
episode
Peace out,
of
Ronnie.
the VeVe
Have a good one.
Bros. We outro. Peace. Say goodnight, Ben.